Coach, Daniel Alcantara had a new career high on senior night. What can you say about his performance?
I just love Daniel's free personality. He just loves to play the game. Nothing really throws him off. Never too high, never too low. Just enjoying every moment of the game. And he came down on one assignment and missed a shooter. He knew he missed it. He ran by there. He was ready to do he was ready to do push-ups, but he knocked down a three. Looked at me, he said, "We even." So I just want him to come out here and enjoy it. I know he has a huge milestone ahead, and for these kids sometimes it can be strenuous. So he'll get it here, at the Geigo, I believe next week, and then we can move forward. But he's earned everything that he's achieved here.
This senior class got a real nice ovation, really good crowd on hand. What would you say about that group of seniors?
They have endured a lot. A lot of those guys they played as freshmen. I'll never forget Daniel with the blonde hair getting the big block in the district game and then coming down and hitting the three versus Manheim Township. Joey, was a solid, player as a freshman.
Huge game against Chester in his very first game.
Very first game, and so these guys, Xavier Davis, as a sophomore, just really blue-collared his way into the starting lineup, during the district time. Into the rotation as a sophomore. Something that was very difficult because we were loaded with bigs at that time. Ermal Fernville, you got Denham Adams, you got Morrow. He had a long way to go, and he found his way in there. So these guys, Justin Walker was with us he was with us as a sophomore JV and really overcame some health issues. There's a lot of stories, with these guys. Deshawnee Wilson having to move around, do some things, and here he stands with us, and Dario just joined this year. This group just really, they epitomize the foundation. It's imperfect, but we find a way all the time. Whether they take the they always find a way, man. And sometimes I want them to take the door, but they just run through the wall, and that's okay. I'm gonna follow them no matter what. And these guys are gonna take us a long ways. And a new season has begun today.
People probably won't remember because they'll look at the final score, but it was actually tied at 25 in the second quarter when Gruber came off the bench and hit a couple threes for Wilson. What allowed you guys to pull away before halftime?
I think, one of the things in terms of my coaching, I don't, during the regular season, I don't call many timeouts, really don't. I just let them play when they get into the flow of some things. There's some things that we're looking for. But we slowed the game out a little, slowed the game down a little bit. And at that point, we were up 6. Prior to that, we were up 7, and then the leads dwindled here and there. Just having that mental wherewithal that we're up 7. Okay, let me lock in. Let's make sure we take this to 9. Let's take it to 11. And they did that at a rapid rate.
Ruben Rodriguez got in some foul trouble and still had almost 30. Is there anything he does anymore that you say, wow, or just have you seen it all from him?
I think every game that he lights it up, and I get done and they're like, yeah, he had 30 or he had 28. And I'm like, yeah, what? And I thought he had 12, because it doesn't feel that way, and especially when he plays within the flow of the game. I think at halftime today, I think he was 7 for 10 with 5 defensive rebounds. So I think he had 7 total rebounds and 5 assists. You're in the game. You're in the flow of the game. Efficiency. You're sharing the basketball. So, Ruben, this is Ruben's time. Ruben loved the playoffs. That time is here now. So I think we're going to see some special things from him and many others.
He's definitely about as clutch as they come. How important after last night was it to get back on track and get a win before you go into the postseason?
God works in mysterious ways. It's ironic that he put 2 tough opponents back to back, how we worked out here. And, yesterday was yesterday. We had to get back and needed something to focus, to regroup us to focus on Red Knight basketball again. So we had Wilson at home, senior night, and I think we quickly got over it. The hangover might have hit us a little bit in the first quarter, early in the second. But after that, I think we're ready to move on.
Thanks for your time, and we'll see you in the playoffs.
Thank you.